Access granted.
If there's a list of surprises for 2023 Cricket World Cup, this one has to be the first. England's surprising round-robin exit, the defending champions being one of the favourites and exiting early in the next World Cup. It is bound to be shocking. For England's 2023 World Cup was nothing short of a disappointment in below-par performance, and for most of the World Cup, England were wooden spooners, redeeming much later when it was too late. They lost by huge margins, lost unexpected matches, and were very inconsistent. This England side kind of looked like a pale shadow of the past World Cup, beginning the tournament with a huge defeat against New Zealand that I think spooked them a bit. They did manage to win their next game against Bangladesh, but afterwards they lost 5 games in a row, including a shock loss to Afghanistan, knocking them out of top 4. Towards the end they did get the wins against Netherlands and Pakistan, but it was too late. So why was England's 2023 World Cup a big dent? These are my reasons. Most of the batters hardly averaged even 30 in this World Cup if you see this list. A reason for England's dismal scores this World Cup. Their best batter David Malan is the one with more 400 runs in the tournament. In a tournament where a lot of players have scored 600 to 500 runs. I mean, their batting struggled most of the World Cup despite having some big names. And to be honest, if you see closely, England did not win any of these World Cup games whilst chasing, if you exclude that warm-up game because it's not an official game. Reece Topley, previously England's leading wicket-taker this World Cup, got an unfortunate injury in the midst of the World Cup, worsening England's already forgettable campaign. And a lot of them, many of English bowlers, probably Chris Woakes and Mark Wood, both were hit for runs and were not able to exert pressure. They did struggle to create pressure a lot of times, and that is why their bowling looked kind of frail. First, Harry Brook wasn't a part of England's probable World Cup squad, although he was later added in the finalised squad. Jason Roy was dropped despite having a decent 2023 and also as a veteran opener, and also someone who's contributed to England's World Cup triumph. I mean, these are some selection woes which led to England's failure at this World Cup. I'm not saying that England could have won the World Cup 100% if Roy was in, but definitely they would have done better than 7th position. Recently, England's managing director Rob Key addressed that he prioritized tests over ODIs, and that was a big mistake. There were kind of an unbalanced environment among the management and players too, maybe a bit of lack of confidence, especially after those huge defeats. Although Matthew Mott and Josh Butler would continue their roles to improvise this team, which is a good decision, I think. If they just resigned after this World Cup, I think it could be kind of escaping from a serious situation. Owen Morgan retired from international cricket last year. Joe hasn't looked the same since 2019 World Cup. Stokes retired from ODIs for a while before returning for this World Cup. Bairstow has recently been short of runs. Butler was okay, he was good this year. Malan was their best batter, and obviously, I don't know the exact number, but 100% sure that England played way less ODIs after World Cup 19 in comparison to other teams. didn't get enough exposure to ODIs, and of course, of the 100, it was a distraction too. Although England's World Cup 2023 cabin was a forgettable and below par one, they at least but they are qualified for the 2025 Champions Trophy. It would have been a shame if they were even knocked out of the Champions Trophy. One of the few positives of this World Cup was that England have successfully qualified for 2025 Champions Trophy, in which top 8 sides could qualify and they finished 7th. And it looks like England has already started its reset for the preparation of the next ICC tournaments. As you can see, the squad for the tour of West Indies next month, it's got pretty much young faces and fresh blood. Their first aim would be defending their T20 World Cup title next year, and afterwards the Champions Trophy and so on. That is it for today's lads. I'll see you in the next time in another video. So take care of yourselves guys, and so long.